G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Super Saiyan 2 challenge versus the Fighting Legend Vegeta event. So basically we are going to be taking a look at how you can complete the Super Saiyan 2 challenge versus the Fighting Legend Vegeta. And yeah, overall I think this is a pretty chilled category. I think it's a pretty strong category to choose from. You've got only one lead technically in the form of the Super Saiyan 2 lead, Tech, Majin, Vegeta, but you have a lot of alternative leads. You can run a Worthy Rivals lead under the Physical LR, you can run a Kamehameha lead under the Super Saiyan Gohan, you can run a Universe 6 lead under Kefla, you can run a Bond of Friendship lead under Caulifla and Kale, you can run a lot of leads. You can run Goku, an accelerated battle lead, the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, so there's a lot of options, Majin, Vegeta, etc, etc. So you have a lot of decent options to run secondary leads under. So you got plenty of options to build a team. I'm going with a Universe 6 flavored team. It allows me to shove a decent whack of free-to-play units inside the team, which I think is always a lot of fun to do. It's always cool to get a couple free-to-play units and slot them in and see how they do. So we're running a Universe 6 team. So we've got the Strength Kefla as our lead. Obviously she's a Universe 6 and a Rapid Growth category lead, which is obviously pretty cool and suits our whole team pretty much. She's got defense of 100%, attack of 100% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack and high chance of evasion if she obtains certain orbs. Now, just as a full heads up, she does transform quite a bit, so we'll run through those when she gets there, but yeah, she transforms quite a lot. So, and she's transforming now into Super Saiyan, and when she's Super Saiyan she got defense of 150% attack and high chance of evasion with 6 or more orbs. So overall pretty damn cool. Alongside her we're going to be running the 50 or the physical, EZA Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. So this Kefla kind of dissipated, weirdly enough, although she's pretty good. She raises defense on a super attack, which is great. She creates physical orbs from int orbs. She has attack and defense of 20% per key sphere orb obtained. She has a 30% evasion chance. She launches an additional attack, which has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Plus she has an additional attack of 60% when attacking with 6 or more key spheres obtained. The Tech, Kale and Caulifla, so we're running them as our friend lead. I don't have them, I really do want to pick them up, so I'm hoping to grab them at some point. But they are really good. Also another unit I think that just kind of maybe dissipated a little bit once they got released. I think maybe the team got swallowed up, a lot more hype units came out. But Tech, Kale and Caulifla are really good. They have attack and defense of 160%, they stack attack and defense, they launch an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, they have an additional attack of 6% with each attack performed, and an additional attack of 60% when attacking if there's a Universal Survival Saga category enemy. So they're going to gain some pretty decent boosts, especially when Vegeta obviously starts to move into his other phases, but overall they're actually just a really strong unit. They also lead Rapid Growth, they lead Bond of Friendship, which all of our units are currently under. And when you transform them into Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, they recover 60% HP. They have a high chance of evading the enemy's attacks. They have an additional attack and defense of 60% when attacking. You convert all the stacks across as well. So they just have a pretty dope kit, realistically speaking. So that's kind of the two of them. Obviously we've got ourselves a couple free-to-play units that we're throwing in here as well, some pretty strong ones at that. Overall, honestly, the team has some pretty good free-to-play support going on with it. We've got the Int Kale Super Saiyan 2 and we've got the Tech Kaba Super Saiyan 2. So Int Kale Super Saiyan 2, pretty solid. Attack and defense of 120% when performing a super attack. Universal Survival Saga category allies gain 2 key and attack and defense of 30%. She has defense of 70% when there's an ally whose name includes Caulifla on the team. So she's very, very strong defensively. And all allies get Ki +1 and attack and defense, and the chance to perform a critical hit plus 16% if that ally is attacking in the same turn. Now, obviously, we don't have a Caulifla on every turn, which would be nice, but we do in the duo cards. So the duo card turn with the AGL and the tech unit, we have that condition met. So they're going to be hitting pretty damn hard overall. You can kind of see that in terms of their overall performance, and you can see Tech, Kale, and Caulifla are starting to get up there in terms of damage, really starting to hit hard as well. Her defense, the Int Kale, going back to Kale, her defense will hold up until the final phase. She will take quite a bit of damage if she's hit by the physical super attack. She would also take a decent chunk of damage in the final phase, but nothing to kill us, which is obviously pretty good. She's pretty solid from that perspective. Then we have a Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. Raises defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, raises allies defense by 30%. It's not so important because he's going to be sitting in the 3rd slot. Attack and defense of 120% when performing a super attack, attack and defense, and chance to perform a critical hit, plus 7% per Universal Survival Saga category ally on the team. So we have the 49% crit chance, plus an additional attack of 70% when there's another Pure Saiyans category ally attacking in the same turn. So this guy, he can very quickly kind of ramp up that defense, which is obviously very good. By the way, Kefla casually hitting a 4 million attack stat. She's going to follow that up with another one, hopefully. Yep, another one. There we go. She's very good. Actually, I really quite like her. I think she's getting a lot of respect now from people because of Baby and how well she does in the Baby event. But as a unit, I find her to be very, very good. Strength, Kefla. Yeah, she's fine the whole way through, pretty much. Obviously, her big issue is the AGL as the final phase, but she'll be fine. Her evasion won't kick in either, which is obviously a little bit of a hindrance. You can see she's starting to take a little bit of damage here, but at the same time, my Kefla is only 60. I have 1 dupe in Kefla, so there is a little bit of defense to be left on the table. You can definitely get a better performance out of her than what I'm getting, at least. So, but yeah, overall, honestly, everything was more than fine. We're not going to transform the tech unit yet, just going to continue to let them stack. I mean, you might as well. We'll transform them when we enter the AGL phase, really trying to maximize the damage that we do. And then the final unit that we have on the team is the Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, the AGL one. The AGL one's pretty solid. She causes supreme damage, raises her defense by 60% for 3 turns. She's got a high chance of evading the enemy's attack, a medium chance of evading their super attack and countering, and her attacks are effective against all types if her name or if there's a Kale in the turn. Now obviously, again, only really applies when they're on the duo rotation, as the other rotation is all Keflas. But it's more than fine. It's not like we're seeking her for damage. We basically just brought her along because she'll be fine defensively in the AGL phase, and then she'll be okay overall in the other phases because of her pretty decent evasion chance and the fact that her defense can get to a pretty suitable point. It's nice to see how much damage Kaba does as well. I think it's really, really good to have a unit that can just do decent damage and be defensively sound. He's going to really come in handy when we kind of push through to the AGL phase, but overall he's looking really, really solid. You can see here we're just monitoring our orbs, making sure we get as many as possible with either Kefla. Obviously, preferably you want the most with physical Kefla, but you want enough orbs to trigger the evasion passive of strength Kefla, because that's obviously her main source of defense at this point, even though we have type advantage here, which is obviously more than fine, but hey, I just want to make sure it happens really. She does some pretty decent damage though. You can see she's doing some pretty good damage. Overall, I think she's really solid. I wish all they need to do, I think, for her easy A one day is just to give her defense on super, and then give her a chance to proc like another super, and then with the easy A stats, I think she'll be fine. Everything else about her is okay, honestly speaking. Obviously a little bit of a plus 10 or 20%, but yeah, overall I think if they just give her the ability to greatly raise defense on her super attack, then her defense will go from like the 150-ish that it currently is to like the 300-400k mark, which is honestly more than fine. It's maybe not exciting to people, but I think it's more than fine. Here we can see AGL Khalifa. Look, she takes a little bit of damage, but at the end of the day, she gets her counter off. She's more than fine. And yeah, at this point, we're considering transforming. It is a consideration because obviously we don't need as high a defense going against the AGL Vegeta in the final phase. Whereas transforming would give us a pretty big damage boost overall. But yeah, so now you'll see how to transform them. And yeah. Always try to enjoy the animations, at least, when they show up. Like, it's not like you always get to see them, especially people who don't have the units, so I don't know. I personally quite enjoy seeing them and taking a look at them. But yeah, we're gonna transform them now, just so we can obviously start to take a benefit in the increased damage. That's kind of one of the main things. You really do want like the increased damage. It does help out quite a lot, which I think is very important. So yeah, we're working on that, and you'll use that damage to kind of clear out this phase a bit faster, and then from there we can go in and start to really work on the AGL Vegeta. Now the AGL Vegeta as a phase is just generally a lot easier, obviously due to the fact that we have tech type units, but the tech Kefla does a lot of damage. She does like a lot of damage. So overall, personally speaking, I think it's all fine. I think it's actually pretty good. I think it's a pretty good situation to be in. I think overall, this team ran it pretty smooth. Probably one of the easier challenges overall, I think, for most people. Especially if you utilize some of the free-to-play options. I think you can have a really easy time comparatively to some of the other challenges. So yeah, for me it was pretty chilled, and yeah, just overall was a bit of a decent time. As you can see, we're now we've switched things up a little bit. Obviously I push strength carefully off rotation. You do want to do that, by the way, even if you are using items. The reason is you basically just want to make sure that you can keep things very safe. And strength Kepler, although I really like her as a unit, without her evasion, her defense is just not high enough. So pop an item, push her off rotation, and give yourself an easier time. Kaba also helps out the third slot unit a lot, because obviously he kind of gives them a bit of a defense boost as well. So yeah, overall pretty good little kind of switcheroo there, which I think works well. And as you can see, we don't finish off Vegeta, which I thought we would in that turn, but we're going to end them off with Tech Kefla. So I mean, that's not too bad. Or I'd like to use Tech Kefla, or the AGL. It doesn't really matter. I love the AGL LR. I think they're still very like impressive. So yeah, overall super duper solid stuff. And yeah, overall the game, or this challenge I should say, wasn't too hard. if you're having issues or you looking for replacements, there's so many good options. It's why I didn't really talk about them. There are so many good Super Saiyan 2 options that you can run. So just go with whatever you think is best. Honestly speaking, there are so many good options that it's actually impossible to kind of say which is better. But yeah, good luck to you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It always helps me out quite a bit. And of course, if you need any help, you can leave a comment, because I try to reply to all of them. So if you do need help, leave a comment and I will get back to you. That's it from me, so take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, as always guys, bye.